Hello, I'm Chris Liberator, acid techno DJ. We've been playing at free parties and squat parties, illegal festivals, all festivals in fact, for probably going on 30 years. Before that I was in bands playing at free festivals and parties, so I've been doing it for a long time. I'm 52 now, so probably since I was about 16, so it's a long time, like 35 years. Free parties, I mean, that's what I believe in the most. I still think it's the best atmosphere, the best thing. But you can't have free parties and you can't have DJs just playing at those forever. You can't have people running sound systems. You can't have people putting effort in unless you get something back at some point. Because that's the society we live in. We have to do that. We have to work hard to do those things. And the question is, well, how do you make sound systems function? How do you make DJs eat? You know, you have to pay them sometimes. That doesn't mean selling out if you do club nights or other things. It means also some people don't like free parties. You know, some people are scared of free parties, believe it or not. So yeah, they have to function together. That's what has to happen.
So why do you think there are some people who believe that techno music, hard tech, should only be played at free parties?
I mean, it's the best environment. I mean, we all know that. You know, big rig somewhere, either like outside somewhere like big technical, or inside in a big warehouse, dirty old warehouse where you can just go on forever. It's fantastic. We all love that. We all love it. Do whatever you want, no security, nothing. Brilliant. But at the same time, it's also good to have a controlled environment where you can set stuff up. I mean, there's nothing worse than a party getting busted, which happens a lot. Things going wrong. I've seen really bad parties get really badly busted with bulldozers, police coming in with riot gear, that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's nice to have a controlled environment where you can set something up, make it really, really good, see really good visuals, really good stuff that you can't see in a free party environment. Some people don't like free parties as well. They can be dangerous. They can be like a little bit too much for people. So yeah, they can both exist.
What do you think is the difference between a party like 25 years ago and a party today, 2017?
The scene has changed a lot, but it's still there, the same things. But the law has changed. I mean, in France, you know, where technivals began, the reason that they started in France, because we all started in London, Spiral Tribe, Liberator, Bedlam, all those people. We left Spirals left because of the law changing, so they couldn't do any kind of technical, any kind of free party outside anymore. So the law has continued to change. In London, we stayed in London and we did squat parties, illegal parties there for many, many years. It was very easy to do it. We had a massive crowd of people, a lot of people travelling from across Europe to come to London, spend 6 months there, just hang out, do squat parties, get out of it and whatever. But that has changed as well. The law in England has changed. It's much more difficult to do parties like that now. The inner cities have changed as well. So squat parties now, if you do them, you're against the law straight away. So, you know, and the law will come down hard on you. So there's been a lot of rigs taken again recently. Just now, there's a load of rigs waiting to come up on trial in London. It means the squat party scene is really hard to keep going. The same has happened in France. The law has changed. Technivals, you can do legal technivals, but people say, well, what's the point of doing illegal technical? You know, it's not the same as being illegal. You know, so that side of it's changed. Of course, there's a new generation of kids. You know, the old sound systems are still there, but a lot of people have moved on. They've got children, so there's a new generation of rigs, and new music as well. The music has changed a lot. So, you know, that's all changed, and it's 2017, and that means there's different technology, different ways to do things, a different media. You know, there's no Facebook, all the social media. There was nothing like that back in the early 90s when we started. So that has changed things. It means that the police can monitor the social media. It also means that people communicate in a different way. It also means that the parties happen in a different way. You know, we've got the same amount of people coming that we always did, but now if you don't use social media, you can't find new people. So yeah, all of that has changed. Very different now.
You mentioned problems with police. Did you actually leave the troubles with the criminal that brought the government to do the criminal act?
Yeah, I was at Castle Morton and Lechlade a month before that with Bedlam. Actually, we were playing with Bedlam and Spirals were there, and we also there was a crew that we worked with called Conspiracy. They all got arrested after Castle Morton and before the law changed. They were put on trial, and that was the beginning of the criminal justice bill laws. They came in after that. Funnily enough, the squat parties in London, we thought was they're going to come down hard on that, but they didn't. They didn't at all. They did for a while, and then they kind of left us alone. So we're like a little virus, we can continue to do stuff. But yeah, the law changed again, and so not only was the criminal justice bill used against us, now we've got other laws against squatting, against all sorts of things. So you can't do the same things that you used to do. But yeah, I was there at the beginning. We were there before the beginning of the technicals. We were there in the 80s doing like things like Stonehenge and the Battle of the Beanfield, which if you go back another decade, that was when the Travellers first got beaten up by the police, and the free festival scene stopped in its tracks. And that was in 1984, 1985, in fact, the Battle of the Beanfield. So yeah, it took another 10 years for it to come back strong again. And then they stopped it again. And it's coming back again now, but in a different way.
So what's in your opinion the concept of free parties? Who are the people who prefer techno? People and DJs and partygoers who prefer techno in free parties, and those who prefer it in festivals?
I think the thing is, festivals and free parties are very similar. Obviously, like you got someone. I'll give you a good example. Boomtown. The guys from Boomtown, DMT sound system, they just did free parties before that. They got hurt so many times by the police. So much equipment taken away. I think they just got sick of fighting against it. So they started what was called the Cider Festival. A Cider Festival became Boomtown. It became a legal festival. Again, like looking at against, say, Boomtown and an illegal festival is like, a friend of mine came to Boomtown last year, and he went to Tekno the week before Boomtown, and he was like, oh yeah, he came to Boomtown, oh, it's not that good, I don't like it. By the end, he's like, fuck, this is amazing, fucking hell, Boomtown. Because you can put something in Boomtown that you can't put in an illegal festival. You can put tons more stuff, more wild ideas. You can really make it like a visual and an immersive experience. You have to pay for that, but you can still do what the fuck you want. You can't do exactly what you want like you can't just get, take loads of K and fucking go, because you've got police in there and you've got people looking at that stuff. But you can have an amazing time in a different kind of way. So, it is a very cool thing, both those things are cool. And also, what another thing I forgot to say earlier, you've got sound systems need money, DJs need money, everybody needs money to exist, It gives a chance for those people to do things in an environment where they get paid some money, and also to build up ideas and not to just keep having their stuff taken all the time, to put something in that you can actually get something out. You can know, I have this mad idea, I want to put all these visuals up and all these things, and I want to put, I want to have videos and video screens, and I want to have sound like this, and I want to have a guy doing this and playing drums in the middle of it. You can do all that stuff in a festival. You can make it really, really cool and really put all the ideas you have down, not just set up a load of speakers and just have music, which is cool as well. I'm not denying that, I love that too, but it is a different thing. And people love Boomtown. You can still go to Tekno and all the other places and go to Boomtown. You can still do Frequency and go to Boomtown. You can still do like all these other things and do Boomtown, Surplus, all the cool little underground festivals. There's a lot of them. Balter, where we are now. There's loads of others. No Man's Land. I can reel them off. And there's still things like yesterday I played at Strawberry Fair in a place called Cambridge. That's a free festival. It's one day, it's a legal festival, but it's free, and it's cool,
I like your idea of festivals are similar to free parties, right? Just more organized. Why then are there are people who are so stuck, so keen on just the idea of the free party, and I guess
because it's the total idea of freedom and anarchy, it is the most fuck you thing you can do, have a free party in the world of electronic music, because I'm a punk rocker originally. Punk rock, we did illegal parties, we did squats, and we were very challenging against the system and very political. And all the politics is in the lyrics and in fighting the police and all the rest of it. But when you do a technical, a squat party, a free party, you're doing something illegal, and you're not doing it saying in the music. It's not saying fuck you. The fucking party is saying fuck you. We do what the fuck we want, and that's a really liberating thing. But it's not the only way to make a point, and it's not the only way to create something as art as well. You've got other ways to do that, and if you really believe in free parties, you can exist and do all the other stuff as well. But if you really, really only like free parties, fair enough. That is there, And people say to me, oh, you know, well, you know, if I want to come and see you play, I've got to pay. I say, yeah, well, come and see me at the squat party. Then you don't have to pay. Or you want to come see me play for free, come to this festival or this one. They're free festivals and we still play those, you know. Come to a squat party, come to an illegal technical, I still do those things. You can still do that. But I'm 52, I don't do them as much as I used to. But, you know, if you're just really closed-minded and only do those things and just say, oh, everything else is shit, you know, then I think that's a pretty closed-minded opinion of everything that people have created, you know. There's a lot of good things that are not just squat parties. And the other thing as well, it's usually young kids that say that. I'm 52, I still play at squat parties. You know, if you're 52 and you're still saying that 52 squat parties are the only way, free parties are the only way, you know, I'm still playing at those things. There's not many people that I've met that are still doing that at 52. And I still put myself out there for nothing. You know, you come and tell me when you're 52 that you're still doing that, you know. And respect the people that put those parties on as well. You know, they don't do that forever. It takes a lot of effort, and all those sound systems you love have put their lives into it, you know, their lives, you know. You've just gone to the parties. You know, when you want to go and get a job and you've decided to have a family, you'll probably just go, oh, see you later. That's what most people do. They're not there still doing it. Spirals are, you know, Headfuck, all those people are still out there doing it. You know, Liberators, myself, a lot of people that do free parties in London, you know, DMT and those people, they're still doing that, you know. If you're still doing it in 40, 50 years time, then you can come to me and say, fuck you. As for now, fuck off, like.
Just gonna ask one last question, then I'll let you go, mate. What do you think that influenced, what boosted the techno scene throughout the past 25 years?
The thing that's kept it going is that the fact that like, new generations of kids have got into it, you know. Otherwise, for me, I could play some parties and there'll be a lot of older people there that, for what I say, first generation ravers, you know, people that have started with techno and they still want to go out and they still like it. But that doesn't support you know, the whole scene. You know, you have to have new sound systems starting. You have to have kids get into it. You have to have people that get the idea of it and go, yeah, I want to do that as well. And I think that's why, look at this, even this festival now, which is not a free party, but it's full of younger people, you know. A lot of those people, sound system kids, they've grown up with rigs, they've started doing little squat parties, free parties, illegal parties, and they're the new generation. And that's, the idea is like a little seed, you know, it starts in people's mind. They go, you know what, I really want to do this, you know, this is cool, you know. And that's why it perpetuates, and that's why it keeps going. And like, we're the seed of change, always the people that are pushing things forward. And that has, you know, always transferred over to a newer generation, and those kids coming through are keeping it going. And that's why it's still alive and well now, thank God.
Man, thanks a lot for your time.